If I say anything stupid, can you cut it afterwards?
No, it's
before?
live streaming actually.
Yeah,
All right, what's up, y'all? So right now we're in a restaurant called Ha 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 Mexicana. I'm joined by my friend Raf.
Hello.
If he looks familiar, it's because his brother has actually been in another one of these videos. So, but yeah, Raf, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, for sure. My name's Raph. I live in New York. Yeah, I'm Cam's brother, so I feel jealous, and I had to be on one of the videos.
He had to hop in.
Exactly.
Cool. And so you are you a meat eater? I heard you're a meat eater.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I eat meat, but I try to, limit the amount of meat I eat.
All right, cool.
So, yeah, I'm very excited about this place.
Yeah, let's see how he likes the food. So, cool. All right, let's get to ordering. Yeah, so just order some drinks and some food. Raph, what do you think? How did it look?
I'm super excited. It looks really good. Yeah, I also like that they're not trying to do too much like fake meat or something like that. They're
Yeah,
like,
they aren't actually.
yeah, they're trying to like make the actual whatever jackfruit or something like the main part of the menu. So yeah, I'm super excited
Yeah, I
about
noticed
that.
that as well, like beans and stuff. So
Yeah.
we ordered some quesadillas. I'm excited to see how that's gonna turn out. Some margaritas.
I'm excited for that fungi.
Oh yeah, we
thing you're
ordered
telling
huit la coche. So those of y'all who know, you know. So Raph, have you ever been to a vegan restaurant before?
Yeah. So actually, I was vegan for a little bit during the pandemic.
Okay, so
I think it's actually similar story to you.
Okay.
I saw Game Changers.
no way.
Yeah, no. That was kind of it. I was in the pandemic.
Okay.
I saw that. I think for me, it was kind of the same of like, we did a lot of sports and like still did sports back then a lot. And I was like, my head is like, I need protein.
Yeah.
I need like to eat chicken or whatever,
Yeah.
and broccoli and rice every day. And seeing that documentary and also following, because I do Olympic weightlifting now.
Yep.
And there's a very famous YouTuber who does Olympic weightlifting, who's a complete vegan,
Who is it?
Clarence Kennedy.
Oh, cool. Okay,
Yeah.
I think I've heard that name before. Yeah.
Very
sweet.
famous in like whatever in that space.
You think he'll watch this video?
Sorry,
You think he'll watch this one?
maybe that'd be kind of fun.
Yo, comment Clarence.
But so that kind of made me like, wait, this is a stupid reason. Like, why am I doing this? So let's try it, kind of deal.
Okay.
So yeah, I kind of did this for a couple months. Then I slowly moved to like just more vegetarian, and then over time, like, kind of stopped. So yeah. But I think for me, the main reason I stopped was I really enjoy cooking, and I really enjoy also going out, eating food, and all that kind of stuff. And a big part of me of becoming vegan was like, I'm not going to sacrifice like not being able to go out or hang out with friends or do things I enjoy.
Yeah.
I think it's okay for me personally of like, I'll eat less meat in general.
Yeah.
But I don't have to be fully vegan.
Yeah.
Like, why is it like 100 or 0%?
Yeah.
So that's
We'll get into that, but
yeah, maybe I'm wrong, but
no, but and also as a side, so Raph and I were actually on the same sports team in college,
yeah, exactly.
which was crazy. Yeah, I was a senior and he was a freshman, and but we knew each other from before. But
Exactly,
yeah,
from
it was
Hungary
cool.
as well.
Yeah, exactly, from like a while ago. That same fencing camp, actually. So back in the day, we used to fence together, and we would go to fencing camp. Yeah, so we'll see how you like this food. Hopefully, it'll maybe it'll reignite that vegan curiosity from before.
Yeah, hopefully. Exciting.
Cool. So, you got any questions for me?
Yeah, I have a few actually. Well, kind of, as I said, a big part of me stopping being vegan was realizing like, okay, I think a lot of people see it as like 100 or 0% thing, right? And I think the vegan community is very harsh on this.
Yes.
It's like, if I don't eat meats like 90% of the time, like people still think like I'm the same as somebody that eats meat all the time or something like that.
Yes.
And I think becoming vegan was a big deal for me of like, classic before, anytime I ordered food or anything, it's like, oh, like I'll get the option with like meat on it, right? Even pizza stuff, like let's get the one with like the sausage and stuff.
Yeah,
it made me
that too,
and it made me appreciate like, I don't have to do that. Like, also, first of all, trust the chef and like whatever's happening.
Yeah.
And also like, I don't have to eat meat with all my meals all the time.
Yeah.
But it started to bother me a little bit of like, it's either all or nothing kind of deal. And so my question is, what are kind of things you like about the vegan community? But what are things you would like to see change?
Well, that's not like where I thought that was going.
No. But what would like to see change or like be different in the vegan community? Or things that bothers you? I don't know.
Actually, coordinate the drinks in a second. All right, Raf, good to have you here.
Yeah, cheers.
Salud, salud. Santé.
Santé.
Santé. Oh man, that's
very
spicy.
good.
Damn, we got spicy.
This is super spicy.
Wow.
Yours?
So mango margaritas are actually my favorite drink.
Really? Why? What has it always been like that, or?
Yeah, I just always love margaritas.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I used to like lie and say it was whiskey coke or whatever, but it's not.
No, Marcos is a fire.
Yeah. But yeah, I think like things that I would like to see. I don't know about necessarily changing the vegan community, but when it comes to activism, I think there's different types of content out there in general for veganism, for vegans. Some of it is to get people to go vegan, but some of it is, the point is not for non-vegan people, it's really to create community for vegans to feel like they have people to talk to. For people, sometimes for vegans to vent, because it can be a bit of a lonely experience being vegan. You feel like no one understands you. And also means to educate vegans how to be better advocates for veganism, right? And I think a lot of the content exists for vegans. I think there could be more content out there really trying to get non-vegans into the conversation. Because a lot of my friends, they care about the environment, they care about their health, they care about social justice movements, they're feminists, they care about Black Lives Matter, they care about gay rights, but when it comes to thinking about animals as beings that also deserve consideration, you know, they're like,
eh.
right.
Yeah.
So if you can start the conversation there, if you can start the conversation in different places, then maybe you can get them to then be like, oh, I want to be vegan.
Okay.
So that's how I kind of see it.
Yeah.
In terms of activism anyways.
No, that totally makes sense.
These are fish tacos. All right, Raph, which one are you gonna get?
I'm gonna go for this. I don't remember what this is, but
These
I'm
are
very
empanadas.
excited.
These are empanadas.
All right, let's do it. Gotta dunk it.
All right, let's see.
Miserably fire.
Ooh.
Look at that.
Oh, wait, let's get another look at that. Ooh, wait, hold up. Oh.
The smoke coming out. That is very good. And they filled all the way, so you know it's good when it's like that.
They what all the way?
They're filled all the way.
Yeah.
No, it's still like empty air inside.
Yeah.
Oh, this is getting better and better. There's like corn in there.
Got that in 4K.
This is very good.
All right, I'm going in for this one. We'll see this one. All right, I'm gonna take a bite first, just normally. Whoa. That's very good. It's like, I don't know, is that meaty? I don't know what that is. But it's savory and really good.
Oh, that looks amazing.
Yeah. It's got that really satisfying, ooh, it's got like corn inside. We're gonna double dip. It's really crispy too. Whoa. And spicy and hot in the middle. This is insanely good. So what are these?
I'm gonna go for the fish taco, I think.
Yeah,
I
fish
don't know what it
tacos.
is.
They're fish.
Very exciting. Also, I was told this is the best sauce, so some charcoal, something
Ooh,
something
look at
sauce.
that.
But that looks fire. All right.
Ooh.
Wow. That sauce is incredible. Oh my god. Yeah, and that taco is, yeah. I don't know, whatever that is incredible.
Does
It's
it taste
super
like
crispy.
fish?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. I mean, whatever, it tastes amazing. That's the only thing I care about.
Can we see it? What is that? Whoa, okay.
I don't even know what it is,
Interesting.
but I'm all for it.
Here we go, let's go.
I have a less spicy question.
Yeah.
What is, because you've been traveling a lot, right? And you've been going all around the world. What is the city with the best vegan food?
Oh, LOL, yeah. That's actually funny. I've been thinking about this one because I just left Berlin.
Yeah.
And everyone told me Berlin was the best vegan city. But I actually don't think it's necessarily Berlin. Like the top ones I think in my mind, I mean, Berlin's up there. The top ones I think are LA, London, and Berlin. Maybe New York too. You know, I feel like European cities are on a different level.
Okay. Like good or bad, different level?
In
a good way?
Like, even like Hungary, honestly, I feel like you can go to a place, at least in Budapest, and you're gonna reliably get a vegan option, where people know what veganism is at a baseline. Like in London, you always have a vegan option. In Berlin, you always have a vegan option, and it's advertised. It's heavily advertised. Versus, I feel in LA and New York, you'll go to a bakery and there'll be like, they might have something, but it might not be that in your face, or you go to a bakery and you're like, they're definitely not gonna have anything here, and they don't. Versus in Berlin, you go to a doner kebab shop, they have vegan, you know.
Fair point, yeah.
In London, you get laughed out of London if you don't have a vegan option on your menu. So the way I say, I feel like in London and Berlin, veganism is in your face and it's top of mind, and you can't really get away from seeing plant-based options. Versus in New York and LA, you might not even notice all the options if you're not looking for them. You see what I'm saying? So I'd say that's the difference in the cities. And then London is just like an interesting city that I feel like you always had a vegan option not that far away. Like on every corner, there's a vegan option because you have Pret a Manger or Starbucks. And
they always have.
Which vegan sandwich do you want, and which vegan cookie do you want? Because we also have the vegan. You know, they got everything. When I was in Berlin, a lot of the vegan restaurants, about 50% of them, I feel like were Asian style, like East Asian, you know, which was really cool. I got to experience a lot of East Asian food that I wouldn't have normally experienced, or Southeast Asian as well. Versus in LA or London, there are like multiple options for vegan Italian, vegan Japanese. I felt like there was more variety in those places.
That's incredible, actually.
Yeah. And also, I was in LA 3 months, Berlin 3 months, London for like a few weeks. So if I'm wrong, if you're sitting there and you're like, you're so wrong.
Put it in the comments.
Yeah, like let me know in the comments. Like I could be wrong. So no.
What is that?
The Mexican flag. So this is a chorizo burrito with the Mexican flag. It's not the Italian flag.
I am very excited to eat this Italian flag. Definitely not Mexican flag. So, all right, we gotta do a cross section, obviously.
What's inside? Let's see.
I don't know. All right.
Whoa, look at that.
Is incredible. We gotta go for the bite.
Yeah, let's go. Go.
All right.
Have no fear going for it. No one's judging.
Hopefully, perfect bite.
Inshallah.
All right. Oh wow. It has like so much like spices. It's very good and different flavors from everywhere. I want to try the sausage. Oh. Yeah, the green one's the best.
All right, I'm gonna dig into the flag now. There we go. All right, this looks so good. Wow. All right, so we got some rice. We got some Mexican rice. We got some. I don't know what that is. What replacement they use, but. All right. Damn, that's good. That tastes so authentic. Wow. That tastes like it's straight out of Houston. I'm in Mexico. But yeah, wow, this is so good. I don't know if it's the cilantro, it's got that authentic flavor. That's just so good. Wow.
What's your favorite sauce?
Let me test them. Green's very good. Red is very good. This is like sour cream, probably. Not just sour cream. Probably, I don't know, red or green. You like the green more. They're both really good. They're both different. So. All right, so Raph, so we're trying the quesadillas, right?
Yeah, very excited. Quesadillas is one of my favorite, I think, so we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna go for the red sauce. Yeah. Good. All right, I'm excited for this bite. Well, I didn't expect the cheese to hit that well.
Wait, no way, it's good?
Yeah, I also don't have that much
obviously it's
experience
good.
with like vegan cheese, so this is. I did not expect this at all.
Show it to us.
Look at
Whoa!
Look at that.
What the hell? That looks like straight up. Whoa! That looks amazing.
That is amazing. I'm going for a second bite.
Sure, what's your take on it?
Yeah. I mean, it tastes exactly like a quesadilla, you know?
Seriously.
Like, I'm very amazed.
Can you tell it's like? Will you be able to tell it's vegan? You think?
I can tell there's no meat in there, but like as a mushroom quesadilla,
Yeah.
like Yeah, 100%. I could not tell the cheese is not vegan.
Wow.
100%
That's
not.
amazing.
So,
Hell yeah.
very exciting.
All right.
All right, you should try it.
All right, let's get me on camera. All right. Ooh, you see that stretch? Ooh, all right. All right, I'm gonna do the sour cream a little bit. A bit messy. Oh God. That's gooey cheese. That's good. Wow.
Show the inside, show the inside. Oh.
Oh, see that smoke? Yeah. It's a really nice quesadilla, to be honest. Yeah. Oh wait. What about
The guac.
comes with guacamole. Oh yeah. You gotta try it with the wok. That's very good. All right, so you had another question?
I have another question for you. How has turning vegan affected your dating life and your friends' life, like going out with friends and doing things with friends?
Yeah, so, wow, in terms of dating, that's wow, you see my top video.
I haven't seen your top video, actually.
The first video I had that like blew up was like that video about me complaining about dating.
Oh, wow.
Complaining, talking about my experiences as a vegan dating. But anyways, I feel like it would be more challenging if I had friends who were just not cool with me being vegan. That would make it more difficult. Because I have friends who are very accepting and they're always willing to, come to places or include me and make sure that I'm accommodated for. Which is something that I would expect. I would do that for my own friends. So I would
expect your friends. Yeah, of course.
So it's not like a crazy ass guy. It's not like I'm like, thank you guys so much. It's like, yeah, like your friends should accommodate you. They're your friends.
I mean, that should be the norm, right?
Right. It
Like,
should be the norm.
It shouldn't be a problem to be like, oh, I can't go out to a dinner party because like I'm gonna eat like rice on the side.
Exactly, 100%. So I think something else that was important to me was to make sure my friends knew why I was doing this and I wasn't just doing some like crazy diet or anything. I wanted them to know all the different reasons that I cared about veganism and how it wasn't just like, oh, I'm doing keto or something. It comes to the ethics about what happens to animals. It's about the environment. It's about our public health. I also made a lot of new friends through veganism. Like I went to the vegan camp out. I met an amazing group of people. Even through the social media, I met vegan activists. I've built relationships that way. And in terms of going out, like I don't know, I feel like I still go to bars and stuff. I still go out to dinner. Yeah, so I feel like I've gained a lot of friends. Maybe some people are turned off by the fact that I'm vegan, but the people who matter in my life, they stuck around.
Yeah.
So.
Cool. I have another question.
Yeah, hit me.
So, what do you think about the bad rep veganism
Oh.
has? And like the bad kind of label that I feel, the pop culture, if you're not vegan, you're like, oh, that's crazy, like people running in the forest or whatever, like kind of deal. And I think that's a huge barrier for people to understand veganism, accept veganism and stuff like that.
Yeah, right, because they don't feel like they can identify with
Yeah, it's like, extreme anywhere is always like pushes back other people. What do you think about that? Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously the people who are going to get into the news are going to be the people who are doing the craziest things. I feel like going to see them doing that stuff and they're going to think it's weird and they're going to think it's extremist and radical. And to be honest, like I thought that about vegans too before I went vegan.
Yeah.
That was probably a big barrier for me ever even considering veganism. And you feel like I do understand why a lot of people get emotionally charged when they're talking about veganism. It's a sensitive topic. And sometimes people are just assholes to vegans. They like them, they try to trigger them, they get a reaction, and everything is fine. They put it online. It is what it is. And
yeah, I feel the classic example of that is people trying to force, meat or whatever, animal products to veganism, and like vegan people thinking it's funny, right? It's like, well, it tricks you, and it's like, why?
or I saw some guy like post a video where he was cooking a steak in a vegan restaurant. So I understand where the bad reputation comes from, and again, like I was a victim of seeing that.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the vegans that I've met are they're a lot like
Yeah.
you. I was gonna say they're like you. Like they're open-minded. They're trying to meet people where they're at. They want to make veganism a more inclusive movement, get people into the conversation. At least that's been my experience when I went to like, the vegan camp out. It's not necessarily what you see online, or it's not what you see in the headlines. So
Yeah, because it's less shocking saying like, oh, they're just like normal people. It's like,
so for example, one of the biggest voices you'll see in veganism nowadays is a guy named Earthling Ed. And he's famous because he's so calm and collected and rational and not emotional. And I think a big reason that he's so successful too is because it's such a contrast to what people see otherwise. And they say, oh, well, they're crazy. And you're kind of reasonable. You know what I mean? So, there's that angle to it too. So yeah, so I understand where like the bad reputation comes from.
no, that totally makes sense.
I think that's the reason why it took me so long to go vegan, because when I saw those people, I didn't identify with them.
Yeah.
It was easy for me to dismiss them and be like, well, they're being portrayed in a crazy light. They seem unreasonable. That's not me. And it wasn't until I stumbled upon channels like Earthling Egg where I identified more with him and the way that he thought and the way that he spoke, which is what ended up getting me to go vegan ultimately. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
So I hope there's more of that representation.
Okay, yeah, more relatable content, yeah. I mean, it's no wonder that like a show like a documentary like Game Changers spoke to us as former athletes,
Exactly.
right? And that was I think a catalyst versus.
And I think at the end of the day, something that you were talking about earlier was you were talking about why vegans are not cool with people. You're asking why,
100%.
Yeah, 100% or nothing, right? Vegans just don't think animals should be killed for food when it's not necessary. And I don't think that that's that crazy of a position. What do you think?
No, that's not a crazy position. I think for example, I come from it for a position of the environment, right?
Yeah.
And I think that makes it a little bit more crazy if I just take the environment or climate change to be like, well, if we all reduce the whole world by 80% our meat consumption, that's still pretty darn good, right?
It's a huge win for the environment, and it's a huge win for a lot of animals.
But I agree with you, it doesn't solve the problem of like animal cruelty or something like that.
Exactly.
Which is maybe another scope I look at it through, so yeah.
So when it comes to reducing meat consumption, from an environmental and health perspective, like antibiotic resistance perspective, all perspectives, it's really, really good. And I think another big win from that too is you get people consuming more plant-based foods, and now they know what veganism even looks like. One problem is like you tell people to go vegan, they think, what am I going to eat? You show them this kind of food, then they're going to realize, oh, I'm just going to be eating this. They're not so afraid of making a change. So I think people eating less meat is still a win. People eating more plant-based dishes is still a win. But it's not the end. Right?
Of course, yeah.
It's not the end goal. Like imagine if I told you we can go to a regular Mexican restaurant, we have to kill the lamb, or we can just come here and have this. Like,
yeah,
is it kind of insane to say, let's kill the lamb? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Part of me is like, I mean, especially if I actually have to do it on a like every weeknight kind of deal, I'll be like, no, like fuck that. I'm not gonna kill a lamb. Like,
it's so iconic. It's like,
sure.
But that's like the reality of the decisions that we make every day. So when it comes to veganism and why vegans push for not consuming any more animal products, because vegans, and I think most people realize that, man, if you have the decision to eat good food and you don't have to kill, why kill at all? You know?
No, fair point. Do you have any questions for me?
When I'm talking about the animals, like what's going through your mind?
Honestly, nothing.
Yeah.
I think, as I mentioned earlier, I don't think the scope of animal cruelty is something I ever took into account, or I take into account when I eat more or less food. I think it's a easy way out for me. It's just like, not going to think about it. It's going to be easier. But in the same time, I don't know. It's hard for me to feel related to it. Like, I agree with you. Obviously, like, why would I want to kill an animal? Sure. But I don't know what is the difference between that and, for example, climate change that speaks more to me. I don't have a good answer. But
I do.
Maybe you do.
Veganism solves both of those. Like, I think it's like you said, you wouldn't kill a lamb when you have this option because you don't like killing. Isn't that the same thing that you're always doing anyways when you're eating food?
Yeah,
You know?
I agree. But I'm also like, I do believe, for example, even for climate reasons and stuff like that, there is a lot of value also of like sourcing things that is local, right? Obviously, I understand that like it doesn't actually like equivalent to like mass farming and all that kind of stuff. But if you have like culturally very ethical farming that's been there for centuries and stuff like that, like it is better to source your nutrition from this than flying soy from across the world, for example, right? And so I think for me, considering that, it makes it hard to justify completely stopping animal products, right? And it is not a solution because I don't actually follow what I'm saying. I'm not going to the local farm to get the chicken, but like, right? So it's like an easy cope out, but it's just hard for me to relate to the animals. I don't know why.
I just want to mention something. Only 10% of emissions come from the transportation of the product. Local is not as important at all as people make it out to be. Sounds like you got something to say.
You could argue that stat is a little bit misrepresenting of how it is. So, for example, if you have a farming practices that you live in the countryside, and you have a few cows kind of grazing around and stuff like that, and this has just been happening around for a long time, like that is not the same as like mass farming, right? And obviously, this kind of farming and the emission that it comes out of is shadowed by the insane amount of mass populous farming. And so if you only have that kind of farming, then that outweighs the flying thing. But it's not a good argument. But it's I think it's hard to look at data sometimes. Like
I think I have bad news for you though.
Okay, maybe I'm learning something.
The type of farming you're describing is worse for the environment.
Interesting.
Because the cows have to live a lot longer. They take up a lot more space. Versus when it's factory farming, the organic farming, the grass-fed, whatever, I think that's worse for the environment.
No, I agree with you. Whatever you see in the shop organic and stuff, I'm sure it's not at all like whatever. Yeah, it's a hard, I think, thing. But like, yeah.
So you say you don't connect with animals. Would you feel bad if you saw an animal suffering though?
Yes, probably. Yeah.
I'm certainly not saying we connect with animals the same way as humans. But maybe you do feel sympathy for animals and recognize their struggle, right?
Yes.
And that they don't want to die, right?
Yeah, fair
know?
point. I think for me it's maybe it's controversial. I just don't see animals the same way, for example, I see humans and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so it is harder for me to relate it's kind of like necessarily evil, which is not necessary. You know, this is where the argument gets, I don't even agree with myself.
Exactly.
Completely agree. But it's like mass farming with crazy amount of deaths and stuff. Yeah. I agree. Why do that? Yeah. But in a magical world, if I had my farm and it's like I grew some animals and killed them myself, which will never happen ever. But like I can see being more justified to do that. If that makes sense. And not feel empathy.
You don't have to?
I wouldn't because I'm never gonna do it. So it's easy for me to say yes, but like realistically, I probably wouldn't. Yeah, I don't know actually how to justify myself. Yeah. And I kind of agree with all the arguments you say, and I disagree with all the arguments I'm saying, actually.
Yeah, it's honest. It's honest.
No, it's true. But I like at the end of the day, I feel sometimes that's kind of the issue. It's like if everybody was rational and just thinking, then a lot of things would be easier in this world. I can't explain why it doesn't mean, and maybe it will in the future. I don't know. Maybe it needs
like
a
convenience. No,
yeah. I think that's it as well. Like I think for me, I enjoy a lot of happiness cooking and like stuff like that. So, and cooking meat is something I really enjoy. So it's maybe easier for me to justify. I don't care too much about the animal because this thing brings me happiness once in a while to do like, 24-hour roast or whatever, something like that. So, and it is a very selfish reason. Yeah. I agree. But maybe that's why it's also harder to connect.
Have you ever looked into vegan cooking?
Yes. So
people do 24-hour roasts. Like there's different things.
100%. And so, because I was vegan for a couple months, like 3-4 months, right? And like a lot of it was Southern Eastern Asian food. I bought a bunch of cookbooks and stuff like that. It was very good. I don't know, it didn't bring the same joy. Okay. But again, it could be a mix of like many convenience things.
There's so
things
much
like that.
Out there too. There's so many different recipes, so many different YouTube videos. There's some really good cooks out there.
Actually,
I'll actually link them right down below.
Maybe send it to me because I think actually that's a big thing for me. I think a lot of the cooking material that exists out there that is very precise of like actually how it's done in kitchens and chefs and like scientific is not vegan focused. And a lot of the vegan books and stuff are very like easy 30-minute meal. And as somebody who enjoys cooking, I want the an hour long, all the crazy spices and stuff like that's really hard to do. And it's been really hard for me to find very structural things like that. So
Shout out Bold Flavor Vegan. Check out his channel. And D Burger Dude. Check out their channel. Cooking. I guess ultimately it comes down to, is it a difference in whether it be convenience or taste? Convenience in your case. Is it worth the life of an animal? You know?
yeah, no, I mean like rationally, no.
Yeah.
But irrationally and conveniently, like maybe I agree with you. If I did have to kill my own animal to do it, probably do it a lot less. But obviously, I just go to the store,
Hopefully not at all.
or maybe never, right? But I mean, going to the store and just buying stuff from the store makes it a lot easier for me to not think about it. So
And so, has this meal changed your opinion on anything? Or like, knowing that you have so many vegan options around New York, does that
actually, I think yes, because since moving to New York, I don't think I've hit really any vegan places or anything like that.
Yeah.
I think I order a lot of food that is not maybe just meat-based or anything like that. But I think I should have hit a lot more vegan-specific places, I think.
Absolutely.
This was incredible. Yeah.
What was your favorite part of the meal?
I think the burrito
Yeah.
was incredible. And the quesadilla, I think quesadilla was a surprise. That cheese was very good and very gooey.
All right, dude. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, man. Is there anything you want to shout out or plug?
Not really. I mean, I have to go on a second video now, so I can be the same level as my brother.
All right, there we go.
But that's it.
Yeah, you got something to like and subscribe.
Oh yeah. Like and subscribe. Put all the comments in the Put all the like channels or books or cooking books you have in the comments, so I can learn about them.
There we go. Yeah. He's gonna read every comment.
I'll read everything.
There we go. Okay, talk to you about the internet.
See you, man.
See you, man.